So finally, we are back here in the Hunter Classic, and it is just in time for the Midsummer event. So we've got our best summer outfit on, including a brand new t-shirt, and we're going to head out and work on not only the missions, but also the individual events. That's going to require maybe some competitions, even some turkey hunting, and also, we did do some of the missions already on Wednesday's live stream, including the 2 deer in 1 shot. We did that with 2 mule deer does. I don't even think I hit the one I wanted. And we also got the kangaroo brain shot, so I think the toughest ones are out of the way. We just got a couple more objectives to complete. Now, I always love these events because going around to multiple different maps, like with potentially different objectives than any way we would typically hunt, there's potential to find all kinds of stuff. But right out there, wherever he got to, is a blacktail buck, and we need to harvest one from over 100 meters. That's a decent looking one, so maybe we just go for that if that's not the one we were already looking at. And we have the 30-06 lever action, so as long as we can see him, that shouldn't be an issue, and he is way over 100. It's probably over 200 right now. So as soon as he steps out and there's like a nice big clearing there, there's a buck. Okay, either him or the big one when he comes out. So that's our buck. By the way, there's a bear standing out there. We're going to just go ahead and get a good solid platform here. No grass in the way, and he is right there. So, see if he'll pass behind those trees, or spin back around. That's even better. And I think even if we didn't get him really solid, that should be good enough. Now, I heard a bear take off. Don't think it's going after us. In that case, let's go out and get him, and that is the only thing we need from Red Feather Falls. So no doubt, could have been a better shot, but it brought him down. And that should take care of that. I mean, it's probably a little bit low right in the shoulder, but should have aimed just a bit higher. Hold on. Stomach, though? Alright, either way. Not a big deal. That will take care of that. And I think we're going to go ahead and head to Rugaroo. We need a male bobcat, and it being on that particular map, that's probably the toughest objective we have remaining. So, predictably, finding a bobcat out here in Rugaroo is not super easy. Did that buck just lay down? That's the only way those antlers could be facing like that. It's a good buck that was coming in. It's not like it's that late. It's 8:30. Guess we'll sneak over there then. So he is 160 to 185. It's not a bad buck. And the only ethical weapon I have for deer is the bow. And he's out of there. I can't believe he spooked at that range. Well then. We'll go that way, see if we can get him. And in the meantime, maybe we find a bobcat. Well, what do you know? We do indeed have a male bobcat. Now, you may have seen the objective requires a male bobcat scoring over 8. I don't know that you can get one below 8. And with that guy's estimate, I have no doubt he'll be probably somewhere in the 8.5 to 8.8 range. So that should take care of that. Now, here's the thing. We're going to go get that buck. I definitely want to make sure we get him. It was a hard shot, 19 meters, 8.3, so that's definitely lower end. But even at that, plenty to complete the objective. So we might not have killed the buck initially, but maybe taking our time, laying there like trying to call him in and then stalking it, might be the reason we got the call from the bobcat to begin with. I don't know how he got up here and has us pinned. Are you serious? I'm about better off getting a gun. This is nuts. I think I'm going to do that. That'll give him a second to chill. I never even saw him coming in. By the time I saw him, he was looking at us. So there's our buck. Out there about 150 meters away, and I grabbed the 308 rival, and I hope I don't regret that decision. But they buffed this thing a while ago. He's standing there broadside, and we can't get to him that way. This water's too deep, so I say we go for this, especially if he'll stay broadside. I think, did he drop? Nah, he's taking off, but hopefully, yeah, he's going to go down right there. Should have been single lung, and finally, we can leave Rugaroo Bayou. And 160 to 185, I don't know if he'll even be 170, he's probably going to be like 168. It wasn't because he was a giant, it was purely because he got away once, and I wanted to make sure we got him. Ultimately, he got away twice. So after all of that, here lays our buck with a couple of stickers, actually. That's surely going to help things. Got him left lung at 154, he's still at 174 despite the stickers, actually better than I thought. Stand him up here real quick. He's a 7x7. Would have been pushing a 180 as a 7x7 without those stickers. Regardless, didn't think we hit that far back, but it got him at single lung, and we are headed to Red Feather Falls. Or at least, I wish it was Red Feather Falls. It is Settler Creeks. All we need is a bull elk at 100% harvest value. I would say decent chance anyway. Right up here next to this tower, there will be some. We'll see if we can get so lucky. Well, here we go again. I can't even get the binoculars that high. There's a whitetail buck coming down here. Not a giant this time. But after last time, figure we had to at least try to go for it. Hoping he'll stop. Or at least do something here. That is an odd angle, but that'll work. Haven't even made it near that tower yet, by the way. That's useful. We'll just go ahead and grab that. Heart and right lung. I thought we were probably too low to get double lung, but that will work. 106. And we'll see what's hanging out up by the tower. So there we go. Actually a decent bull. 270 to 320. And I grabbed the 4570 Buffalo rifle. If we're going to go for 100% harvest value, which is what we need, figure we bring a big old cannon. So just going to go ahead and try to line this up. That'll take care of that. And with that, we have one mission objective remaining, and that is to head to Whiteheart Island and kill a turkey scoring over 55. So first things first, this guy, probably with those short tines right around 300. He does have a back tine on either side. Long liver stomach, 71 meters. Of course, we will see with the 0 wound time, 100 on the harvest value, 303 score. And that takes care of that objective, and we are not headed to Whiteheart Island. We're going to Valdebois for some alpine ibex hunting. Now, as for the reason why, the way that I understand like the individual side of this event is that it's not just harvesting male turkeys to get you the suns points, that's what they call them, that if you're at least at 600 suns, you'll get 200 EM. And by the way, the top 10 gets like up to, I think, 3,000 EM as number 1. We're not going to be anywhere near that, but it looks like completing competitions such as this Ibex one we're going to work on and doing the missions will do some of that. So before we get to Whiteheart and can be shooting turkeys anyway, which will get some stun points, I want to get to where we know how many turkeys we need in order to reach that 600 mark. And so all we need is an unspooked male and an unspooked female, each shot through the lungs. So there goes a male, but there's also a male up here. And really, if we can find a really big one and maybe somehow do well in this comp, that would be great. But for now, can't make that shot prone. Gotta make sure we get lungs. I think that's going to be because of the upward angle. We could have aimed a tiny bit higher. So we shall see on that. Double lung and heart, that'll work. 126 meters, 171 score. That's going to count that harvest. And if we can go and find a female ibex, which often there are some just up here, we should be able to at least get an entry. That would be one right there. 150 meters away, so that's the dark fur type, which is semi-new. It's been in the game for a while. But if we can do that... I've had more than one just straight shoulder blade shot on an ibex, so make sure we get that. I don't see any more taken off, but that should give us a competition entry, and that will at least get us some sun points. And I think I maybe did just see one going up there, but regardless, I can imagine that we're going to be shooting some turkeys anyway before we get that 55 scoring one. Maybe we get a big one right off the bat, but if we don't, that'll also start to build up some points as we go along. It'll give us an idea of what we need to do beyond completing the mission. Now, I don't see bright blood up there. I actually don't see blood at all, though. That was left lung and neck bone. I'm not entirely sure how, but that should count. 109 score. That gives us a position. And, you know, we're here for the competition at the very least. I'm going to walk down here and check around this area. That might work. That was a good-looking goat. Of course, he's taken off. Although if he heads up the hill, it'll probably be fine. We should see where he stops. That... it has a nice curl to it. Okay, 210 to 265 is not a giant. I wonder, can we get lungs from there? I think we'll go for it. If we whiff, not a huge deal. We're really not in it for the competition trophy anyway. And where was he standing? There he is. Fine. I don't know why we couldn't see him. It's a better angle now. 183 meters with the 764. We shouldn't have to aim high. And now that we can actually see him, let's get this lined up. Again, try not to shoot just through the shoulder blade. The ibex are kind of made of paper. You could probably shoot them in the shoulder blade, and there's another nice curl. Hold on. Which one was which? Ah, that's 215 to 270. We shot the right one. Well, he'll stop eventually. There we go. Slow down anyway. We'll go for that. I don't know if that's going to be longs or not, but 2 nice ones down. Glad we came down here. So this guy, which, there's Longblood, that's going to work. 99 kilo, heart double lung at 95 meters. He is 239. I think good chance this other one's better. That bumped us up to 24th, so we would probably need a 280 or so to really have a chance at the competition. And then finally, the first one that we shot. Similar size, similar horn color, similar weight at 102. Shoulder blade and double lung 237. So, actually doesn't improve our standing at all. That did net us 100 sun points, and now finally, we're headed to Whiteheart Island for some turkey hunting. Now, I have heard no less than 4 unique gobbles all coming in here. You see 3 of them, and at least the first 2 that we got spotted weren't even up to 55. The one that dropped down into there we might have to wait on. And I have the crossbow pistol. Oh, there's one. Okay, we can definitely get him early. That's going to be a double beard. He'll be 40s, somewhere in there. But if they're separated enough, we might be able to drop all 4, and every male turkey we can kill helps with sun points. I mean, there's a ton of them. This is ridiculous. 40 to 50, 40 to 55, 25 to 40, 40 to 50. I don't even know if there's any we can actually take. And really at this point, I don't even know what's what. I think that was the one that was the closest to begin with. So let's go for that. Oh, there's another one right behind him I didn't see. Well then. There's a ton of gobblers. I don't know that we shouldn't just stay here and set up some decoys, because they won't fly that far. Turkeys will fly away, maybe fly like a second time. They typically don't leave render, and if you stay there, if you keep calling, they usually do come back. Now, I made a bit of a mistake here. I went ahead and called in a buck to guard it, and it's brought all sorts of deer in. And you can see this hen's coming into the call too. This gobbler out here was not one that was here before, so we had time to call these things in, except there's other birds around. So really the only way I see this going well is if we can drop this guy right about 30 meters away, and that's about the distance where any hit with a crossbow pistol will take him down. Stuff spaced out a little bit. That actually worked. I see there's another fan right on time. I doubt we're getting all these, but more is better than where we were at. And this might be where our fortunes come to an end, because he's going to go stand by the decoys. And that's going to be next to the hen no matter what. So I'm going to try to shoot him somewhere in between everything. Somehow maybe we luck out. Yeah, predictably. That wasn't going to work. So we got 3 of them. Let's tear everything down. And we can at least see where we're at as far as that stuff. None of these were even close to 55. But it will get us some sun points for every one of these gobblers. So this guy, body shot at 18, he is going to be 44 score. This one, I think was maybe the first one we shot. Hard shot on that one, not too bad. 21 meters away at 41 score. And finally, this one, which I think would have been the one in the middle. Hard shot again, 34 score. It's not the most spectacular group of birds, but I'm guessing each one's going to be worth 10 suns. I'll check that out as we head along. And we have a ton more ground to cover. And we've got yet another one of the gobblers that was with that initial group. So obviously, it's still falling shy of 55. But I did look, every one is going to be worth 10. And the missions, by the way, will get us another 100. So we're going to need, I guess now, like 36 more gobblers after this. That's assuming we get one over 55, which, killing that many, it's bound to happen eventually. Another no chance gobbler, 40 to 50 on that. And actually, I think we'll go with the 12 gauge shotgun this time, because we're going to go ahead and make a move. But that'll bring us to 5 total. This guy I think is going to be decently close, 42. So at least a little closer to 55 than some of the others. Hard shot on that one with the crossbow pistol, that's a 45. And we'll jump over to the golden tree stand. 40 to 50 again. But now we'll go back to the crossbow pistol. That's going to make number 6, still no dice. So we're just going to keep on moving here. This guy we hard shot at 21 meters. That is a 44 scoring bird. And by the way, in terms of time put in, this is moving towards being the toughest objective, actually. So yet another gobbler that's going to fall short. I'm pretty sure, though, there's another bird around here. So we're going to go crossbow pistol. Going to try to drop him. It's a little past 30, so we'll have to aim like neck height, probably. That got him. I will leave the hen for a moment. Actually, might just be best to drop her too. I've heard some wing flaps that just didn't seem to be either one of them. Maybe I'm mistaken. Ah, that would explain it. Alright. Well, never mind about that. I mean, this is amazing. Another with just absolutely zero chance. Little lag for shooting into the back there. And what's that, number 8 now, I think? Well, that's 9 now. Still no chance. On the bright side, by the time we harvest one that will be good enough for the mission, we're guaranteed to have gotten as many sun points from just turkey hunting as the mission's gonna give us. Finally, as I sit here literally editing this video, I've been tree stand editing in my old Whiteheart spot, and in comes a 55 to 65 gobbler. By the way, it has to be under 20 meters, so we should be good. Let's get the crossbow pistol loaded up. And as you can see, not the first gobbler today either, but if we can just go ahead and do that, that's gonna bring him down, and officially, we should have the mission done. So first things first, let's make sure that actually checked off the mission objective. Nice spurs on that bird. Was really low, yeah, 8.3 kilo on the weight. Hard shot at 15 meters, 60 score despite basically weighing 8 kilo. That got the mission done, and therefore, that'll get us 3,000 GM, the Midsummer mission trophy, and a Happy Camper tent. So we still need a bunch of turkey harvest to actually get the individual side done. Gonna end up needing like 30-ish more, which as we sit here we'll work on that. But that is for this video. Going to wrap things up. So as always, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for joining me on this interesting journey of way more turkey hunting than expected. And I will see you next time.